National Union of Electricity Employees has expressed displeasure over the 3 trillion naira injected into the privatized electricity companies by federal government without commensurate improvements in power generation over the past 10 years. The Secretary General of NUEE, Comrade Joe Ajaero, stated this during a public hearing on a bill seeking amendments of the Electric Power Sector Reform Act 2005, organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Power on Thursday at the National Assembly. Comrade Joe Ajaero, during his presentation, said the privatization in the power sector had further compounded the country's economic woe, even as he maintained that there has been no meaningful improvement or contribution by the current investors 9 years after privatization and 17 years after the Electric Power Sector Reform Act 2005 was signed into law. He therefore called for a complete review of the privatization exercise.
So our position on privatization is clear, but we are worried whether the amendments are critically based on market, private, public, where we belong now. So that was why we were now having tried privatization for about 10 years, and we are doing just the amendment of sections of the Act. And then even the review provision in the Act, which gave provision for a review of the sector after 5 years. And we have written consistently, and it has not happened. Now, this Act, are we really obeying it? If there's provision for, review after 5 years, and Nigerians are groaning. Consistently, Nigerians are suffering, sir.
Chairman House Committee on Power, Honorable Aliyu Magaji, explained that the public hearing was to address some concerns expressed by the Nigerian Governors Forum.
We are only here today to address the challenges and the needs of the Governors Forum. They feel that there is a constitutional provision that gives them the right to form a regulatory agency, like Nigeria Regulatory Electricity Agency. So they want this in individual state. That's all what we sit today to consider. We have seen their concern, and we'll look into the concern.
It's not a matter of opinion of the NGF as a forum or of the states. It is a position that rests absolutely on the Constitution and the provisions of the Constitution that make power, electricity, the concurrent responsibility of the federal government and the states. And the Constitution is quite explicit, actually, in paragraph 14 of Schedule 2, where it is explicitly stated that the states have power to make laws for electricity operations that are conducted within the boundaries of their state.
Meanwhile, the Minister of State for Power, Godi Jedi Agba, while responding to questions from journalists on the rationale behind the arbitrary electricity tariff increments, said only the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, is in position to provide explanation.
Well, Chairman NEC is the one that will give anything on tariff. I can't speak on tariff.
The proposed amendment to the Electric Power Sector Reform Act 2005 is to provide the legal and institutional framework for the implementation and coordination of rural electrification projects, establishment of the National Power Training Institute, and regulatory provisions to strengthen the sector for efficient services delivery and related matters. N3TRN, TV News, Abuja.